I wasn't born an assassin. I wasn't born silent or dangerous or sharp. I didn't arrive in this world with cold eyes and steady hands. I became all of this because you forced me to. You don't get to act surprised now. You don't get to pretend you don't recognize the monster in front of you. You built it, piece by piece, cut by cut, night by night. People love to talk about who you've become, but they never talk about what they did to turn you into it. They never mention the betrayal, the humiliation, the loneliness they left you drowning in while they walked away as if your pain was an inconvenience. But here's what they don't understand. Pressure doesn't always break people. Sometimes it sharpens them. You taught me how to fight by making life a battlefield. You taught me how to disappear by making silence my only shield. You taught me how to read danger in the tremble of a voice, in the shift of a room, in the lies people tried to hide behind their smiles. I wasn't supposed to survive all that. I know that. You know that. Everyone knows that. But I didn't just survive. I adapted. I evolved. I changed shape like metal held too long in the flame. And when metal gets hot enough, it becomes a weapon. Every time you underestimated me, a new blade formed. Every time you counted me out, my vision sharpened. Every time you tried to bury me, you pushed me deeper into the shadows, the very place assassins are born. Do you remember the version of me you ignored? The one who wanted nothing but peace, who trusted too easily, believed too deeply, and hoped too loudly. That version is gone. You don't get to have him back. You killed him with every lie, every broken promise, every moment you expected him to suffer quietly so you could stay comfortable. You thought the darkness would swallow me. Instead, it trained me. You thought silence would break me. Instead, it built me. You thought my loneliness would weaken me. Instead, it turned into clarity so sharp it could cut through every illusion you ever had about me. The assassin didn't appear out of nowhere. He grew from the cracks you left behind. He rose from the nights you abandoned him. He learned from the pain you thought would paralyze him. And now, the assassin you created is coming back, not to beg, not to explain, not to apologize, but to show you exactly what your choices sculpted. You wanted a version of me that wouldn't question you. Instead, you made a version of me who analyzes everything. You wanted someone easy to manipulate. Instead, you made someone who sees through every mask. You wanted someone harmless. Instead, you made someone who knows how to aim. And now that I'm returning, you finally understand the truth. You didn't break me. You forged me. I walk with silence sharp enough to cut stone. I carry scars that speak louder than your excuses. I breathe with purpose you never imagined I'd find. And every step I take now is deliberate. You thought I wouldn't survive. You thought I'd stay small. You thought your absence would destroy me. But what survived the fire didn't come back as who I once was. It came back as what you never expected, what you never prepared for, what you never should have created. The assassin. And he's almost at your door. You always thought there would be no consequences, that you could lie, betray, abandon, and walk away clean. You thought time would erase what you did. That distance would dissolve the memory, that I would simply move on. But pain doesn't disappear. It evolves. It doesn't die. It learns. While you slept peacefully, convinced the story was over, I was awake in the dark, replaying every moment you thought I'd forget. Every conversation where you said one thing and meant another. Every promise that tasted sweet until I bit down on the poison inside it. Every time you needed me broken because my strength threatened the version of reality you were trying to control. I learned more from your cruelty than from anyone's kindness. Kindness teaches you how the world should be. Cruelty teaches you how the world is. And I stopped living in should a long time ago. You taught me that words mean nothing without patterns behind them. That "I'm sorry" is just a bandage for people who never intended to change. That "I care" is a phrase most people say to keep you nearby, not to actually keep you safe. I watched, I listened, I absorbed. You thought I was quiet because I was weak. I was quiet because I was collecting data. Assassins don't move on impulse, they move on information. You gave me plenty. You taught me exactly how far people will go to protect their ego, how quickly they'll sacrifice you to maintain a clean image, how easily they'll twist the narrative to make you the villain of a story you were dying inside of. So I stopped trying to defend myself in their court. I tore down the entire courtroom. The assassin doesn't argue. He doesn't plead. He doesn't justify. He witnesses. He remembers. He acts. You thought I faded into the background, but I didn't vanish. I relocated into the places you avoid inside your own mind, into your guilt, into your fear, into the space between who you pretend to be and who you really are. You feel it, don't you? That uneasy silence whenever my name appears. That subtle shift in your chest when a memory of me surfaces in the middle of your best moments. That little voice that whispers, "You created him." That's not paranoia. That's truth trying to claw its way through your denial. You can block me. You can erase the messages. You can lie to everyone about what happened. But you can't unknow what you did. And you can't outrun the version of me that was born inside that awareness. The assassin you created doesn't need revenge to feel complete. Revenge is too small, too emotional, too loud. No. My goal isn't to destroy you. My existence is enough. Every time you see strength in me, you'll remember the times you stepped on it. Every time you hear my name in the mouth of someone who respects me, you'll remember how easily you disrespected me. Every time you watch me rise, you'll know you had a front row seat to my pain and chose to look away. I am your unfinished chapter, the one you refused to write honestly, the one you tried to skip over, the one you hoped would never be published. But here I am, living proof that you didn't bury me, you planted me. And now the tree you planted has grown roots so deep you can't cut them out of your memory. You will find me in every shadow of your success, in every pause between your laughter, in every quiet drive home where your thoughts finally get louder than the world's noise. I'm not haunting you. You're haunted by your own actions. I'm just the mirror you're trying not to look at. The assassin you created is not coming back to scream, to throw blame, to demand answers. I already learned everything I needed to know. I am coming back as a calm, calculated presence that your soul recognizes as consequence. You didn't raise your hand to stop the damage back then. You won't lift a finger to stop the fallout now. Because this isn't about what I do to you. It's about what you did to me and who it forced me to become. I became the person who no longer needs you to pay. Because life already did that for me, in the form of wisdom, discipline, and power you will never touch. That's what truly scares you. Not that I might hurt you, but that I survived you and turned into something greater than anything you tried to erase. And now, the assassin you created is not knocking. He's standing in front of you, not as the broken version you left behind, but as the living reminder that you don't get to choose how the story ends. You know what the cruelest irony is? You taught me everything I needed to outgrow you. You taught me how to live without comfort by denying it to me. You taught me how to stand alone by walking away every time I needed support. You taught me how to stop begging for understanding by never trying to understand me. You trained me for a life where you no longer fit. That's the quiet revenge you never saw coming. The assassin you created doesn't move with rage. He moves with clarity. Rage is loud. Clarity is lethal. I no longer wake up thinking about what you did. I wake up focused on what I'm building. I no longer replay the moments you broke me. I study the ways I rebuilt myself. You exist now as a reference point, a before picture that makes the after look even more undeniable. The version of me that needed your apology is gone. The version of me that needed your validation is buried. The version of me that wanted you to see my worth doesn't live here anymore. That's enough. You might think I lie awake at night plotting your downfall. I don't. I sleep peacefully knowing that your downfall is already in motion. Not because of what I'll do to you, but because of who you chose to be. People like you always fall the same way, slowly, quietly, under the weight of their own lies. I don't need to push. Gravity will handle that. My role in your story is already complete. I was the test you failed. I was the heart you mishandled. I was the soul you thought would stay small so you could feel big. You were wrong. You didn't break a weak person. You forged a dangerous one. Now, the assassin you created doesn't live to hunt you. He lives to hunt everything you told him he'd never have. You said I'd never rise? Watch me climb. You said I'd never make it without you? Look how far I've walked alone. You said no one would ever value me like you did? Good. I've finally found people who value me better than you ever could. I don't want your closure. I don't want your explanation. I don't want your version of the story.